is 7:34. It is Tuesday. What's up, Internet? That's what we're supposed to say. Remember, Brickman started everyone with a "What's up, Internet"? Is that how it started?
Yep.
Boy, what have I done to this thing? You know, used to be a respectable digital news update from TV's Matt Brickman. Now he's gone. Now you're stuck with this nonsense. Well, what are you going to do? You know what? It's still free. Got that going for you. How about the weather? Did you get outside and enjoy it yesterday? It was nice, 41, sunny. Going to be pretty good today as well. High temperature, Riley O'Connor forecasting will be 41. I'm sorry, he said 39 today. Chance for a shower this afternoon, especially more to the north. So a lot of us are going to get nothing, so it'll just be a nice day for us. But watch out for that later this afternoon. Let's talk about that. Also, like, isn't it funny? The funny part about being a weather person, you have to forecast the high temperature, and you have to decide, is it going to be 39? Why would you say 39? If I were a weather forecaster, I'd always round up. 40, more exciting. 39 sounds kind of cold. Hey, it's going to be 40 today. Now you're giving people something to talk about, some excited. Where is Riley? What's he doing? Quashing people's joy. All right, that's why he leaves, so he doesn't have to hear me complain about it. Let's talk about this. It has been almost a full year since Minnesota confirmed the first case of COVID-19 in the state. Let's be honest, February 23rd, a year ago, was normal. Most of us didn't even know about COVID. We asked our viewers to share some of their thoughts of what their last pre-pandemic memory. This is the last, sort of my last supper in a regular situation. I was at East Side for a wine dinner and then went with my friends Don and Rachel to Minneapolis Town Hall Tavern and had some whiskey, had some beer. It's a great craft brewery there. What's your last pre-pandemic memory? Oh, here I am with Christiane Cordero and her wife, and Joel Thurston, our great photographer, overnight photographer, and his wife at Tin Whiskers in St. Paul. Remember that? Like sitting close to people? Not wearing a mask. So we're asking kind of what was your last pre-pandemic memory? Maybe it was going to maybe it was going to the theater or going to a movie or a sporting event. Let us know what you think. I remember going to Timberwolves games, Wild games. Remember that? Leave a comment on the Facebook page. We'll read through some of your memories in just a moment. Senate hearings on that Capitol riot from January 6th start today in Washington. And we're going to hear for the first time testimony from the former chief of the Capitol Police, as well as the former sergeant at arms of the House and Senate. So many questions. These three all resigned after this deadly rampage. And we want to know as Americans, like, why did this happen? Why was there such a security breakdown? Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar is going to lead the hearings as part of her new role. She is the chair of the Senate Rules Committee, and she says they really need to focus on fixing some of the weaknesses in security at the Capitol. It's a tough one, right? I mean, we want the Capitol to be open. It's ours. We want to be able to come and visit, but the reality of security needs in 2021 perhaps will change some of the easy open access that we used to have. COVID-19 has now killed more than 500,000 Americans. It is at least twice as many deaths as any other country. Obviously, we're a large country, so we are going to have more deaths, but twice as many, not good. 500 candles lit the steps of the White House Monday night to honor those who died. President Joe Biden, Vice President Kamala Harris, and their spouses paused there for a moment of silence. Flags will fly at half-staff all across the country this week to remember those lives lost. Some positive signs, though, in Wisconsin's fight against COVID-19. No deaths reported for the second day in a row. That hasn't happened since early September, so that's good. State's 7-day average of new cases. Positivity rate also at its, this is the case number, case average at its lowest point since early July. So good news. Lots of good news and kind of progress being made. The state says more than 300,000 Minnesotans have signed up using a new tool that will alert you when it is your turn to try to get a COVID vaccine. But some of the questions on here have raised a lot of questions from our viewers. I've been getting questions about this. You know, you describe your gender, but then you describe your ethnicity, your race, your sexual orientation. And some people saying, what does this have to do with getting a vaccine and getting notified about a vaccine? Well, the Department of Health says it's really about demographic information, that they are gathering this information to try to see, okay, are we reaching people in historically underserved categories? So we know that minority communities tend to have a lower rate of vaccination. So is that still true with COVID? Do we need to do a better job reaching out to those groups? So that's why they say they're gathering that information. It's not that they're going to say, okay, now it's the transgender community's time to get a vaccine. They're not using this to make decisions as to when the vaccine goes out. So we'll learn more about that today. My Pillow guy Mike Lindell is getting sued. He seems pretty happy about it. Dominion Voting Systems is suing him and his company for $1.3 billion. Billion with a B. That's a lot of My Pillows. The suit accuses Mike Lindell of spreading false information. He has been pushing this narrative that Dominion rigged its machines to register votes in favor of President Joe Biden over former President Donald Trump. And Lindell says he's glad they sued and that this legal process will vindicate his claims. It is right to work for the Minnesota Timberwolves' new head coach. Chris Finch is the guy. He will be with the team in Milwaukee tonight. He was introduced last night as the new head coach, replacing Ryan Saunders. The team fired him after Sunday's loss to the Knicks. Finch comes to the team from the Toronto Raptors. He was in the interview process 2 years ago when Gershom Rosas decided to stick with Ryan Saunders. So a 2-year kind of, well, are we going to hire him or not? So they did it over the weekend, and he starts tonight. There could be a downside to the spring-like weather. It's a minor downside, right? We're mostly happy about a nice warm-up, but when you have a deep freeze followed by a warm-up, the ice that's in the road, the water that's in the road, it expands. And then the water seeps out, and kabloom, it kind of, it's like a mini explosion, really, taking the asphalt with it. And because it's cold, they can't put the normal, like, permanent fix for the potholes. They put, like, a cold patch down. And some of these potholes, they actually have to go out and fill them every day because, you know, as you drive over it, you kind of bring that patch out. So be careful. Bottom line, be careful out there. We reported this earlier this month, but now it's official. We knew that Aaron Rodgers was engaged. He said he was, but he didn't say to whom. It was widely reported that it was actress Shailene Woodley, and people said, Aaron Rodgers is dating Shailene Woodley? She confirmed the news last night. She was on the Jimmy Fallon show and said, yep, we've been engaged for a while. Back on February 6th, Aaron Rodgers said after he won the MVP award, he was honored at this NFL Honors event in this video, and he kind of just dropped it that, oh, it's been quite a year. I'm the MVP. I got engaged, but he didn't say her name. Shailene Woodley says she's never been to a Packers game because of the pandemic, and she also said, you know what, I don't really care that much about football. You know what? She likes the man. Aaron Rodgers is more than just his job, okay? Sure, to you crazy Packers fans, you just think of him as a touchdown machine, not Shailene Woodley. She sees the soul. The soul. My wife feels the same way about me, I'm sure. She doesn't see me as TV's or CBSN Minnesota's Jason DeRusha. No. She doesn't care about any of this either. Let's talk about what you're remembering, your kind of pre-COVID memories. It's kind of wild to go back in your photos on your phone and see the before times. Katie Simon, 5-week vacation. She went to Panama, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Texas. Thank goodness we got home on March. Yeah, they're lucky they got home right as the nation was closing down. Can't wait to travel next winter, hopefully, yeah. Oh, I miss traveling too. My last trip was December, like more than a year ago. Kimberly Haynes went to the Twin Spring training game, one of the last games before that got shut down. Weird, right? Like in the moment, you don't know. And then it's over. Thanks, Kimberly. Kathy went to Fire and Ice. Listened to the Dam Jammers on Green Lake and Spicer. Yeah, I remember all the things I did like last March. We had the Minnesota Monthly Food and Wine Festival. Then we had that wine dinner I went to. Just weird. Julie remembers teaching with children and without masks. Yeah, remember what that was like. Thanks, Julie. Mary LeBlanc eating out with family at the MOA. I do remember that the March what was it, 14th, that's Saturday, and thinking like, I don't know if I should be doing this. And Sunday I had a lunch reservation and I canceled it. I'm like, I don't think I should do this because of COVID. Carmen, Florida Keys, COVID first hit the news. Isn't that weird? You learn about something like this while you're traveling. Yeah, they were on the road in the Florida Keys. Hannah was in Cabo and heard about the toilet paper shortage at home. Yeah, you text a friend and are like, pick up some toilet paper for me. Amanda, going to the grocery store. Oh, interesting. They've been ordering delivery or curbside pickup ever since. Yeah. Isn't that funny how like that's become a way of life too? Becca remembers March 12th going out to dinner for Dad's birthday. Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of us remember like sort of that last meal. Bradley, and obviously you can still go out. It's just different now, right? Bradley, wife and Bradley went to Disney World. That's a pretty good pre-pandemic memory. Guy, our assignment manager, remembers eating king cake with some old friends at the Columbia Heights VFW. Yeah. Yeah, we miss all of it. Like, hopefully we're on the road, right? We're hearing better news, more positive news. Important to keep your eye on that. And the news around vaccines has all been largely, almost universally positive. Minor side effects for people. Very safe vaccine and really good success rate. So we just want more of it, right? We need more of it out there. We need more of it in people's arms. Thanks for watching the CBSN Minnesota update. We enjoyed this kind of trip down pre-COVID memory lane with you. Hope you enjoyed it too. We'll see you back here tomorrow.